Good morning, Giovanni. In terms of PSV, they're a side you know very, very well indeed. What would you say are PSV's main strength that Rangers will need to be aware of over these two ties?
Well, we've seen a lot of games from them this season, of course. They have some new additions to the squad, new coach. So obviously they play a little bit different than last year, but you can see they brought a lot of experience. Because with Luc de Jong, striker who's experienced everything in football, so I think he's one of the main players at the moment. They have a clear way of playing. They're comfortable on the ball, very strong in transition moments to attack. So yeah, it's a good side. I mean, they won the Super Cup in a really good, attractive game with Ajax and started the league well. So, it's the last step into the group stages. So it's normal you're going to face a very difficult opponent.
Derek Clark, please.
Good afternoon, Gio. Can we have a squad update? And with the match, the first leg being at Ibrox, does that alter your approach psychologically?
No, I mean, it's the same as the first game. You want to have a good result to take with you in the second game. That's the same when we play away. But of course, at home, you have to have a good game. That's what we are trying to do. We have everyone available for tomorrow. So James Sands and Ryan Kent are back in the squad. So yeah, we're looking forward to the challenge we face tomorrow and next week.
Scott Gray, please.
Good afternoon, Gio. What would it mean to yourself personally to lead Rangers back into the Champions League proper?
Well, I mean, I obviously coached before in Champions League. It's a tournament that you want to be involved with as a club, as a player, as a coach. I mean, I think one of the best tournaments in club football in the world. So, but for me, I came here and wanted to give this club prizes. Wanted to play again on the highest level, and that's Champions League. So I think the main thing for me is to qualify and to bring the club back into the biggest stage in European football.
Stevie Clifford, please.
Hi, good afternoon, Giovanni. Giovanni, in terms of European games, you've had so many big games so far in a short time in charge of Rangers. Where would you rank PSV in terms of challenges? Would they be amongst the most difficult?
Well, I mean, it's a recognized team in Europe. They play Champions League football. It's a team who's always challenging for the Dutch title. So you cannot compare PSV with other teams. They're both all the teams are different, but of course, with the last playoff before the group stage, this is a game with a lot of pressure for both teams. So you have to control that as well. But yeah, I'm just looking forward. It's a big game, and you want big games in your career. You like to have challenges. So it's a big challenge for us.
Alistair Aird, please.
Giovanni, both yourself and Ruud van Nistelrooy were obviously brought up in Holland and played for Holland, where it was all built on the basis of total football. Do you expect both teams to be expansive and on the front foot tomorrow, or will PSV come perhaps and be a little bit more cagey?
I don't know. We have to make sure we recognize their approach. The most important thing is how we start the game and how we want to play, and then it makes it easier for us if we have a good start. So that's what we always want to do at home. And for PSV, I don't know the intentions that will come here. It's clear the intentions are to go through after 2 games. So yeah, we have to see and wait. But we're going to prepare the team well for every scenario or every style of play they will use.
Joe, go ahead.
Hallo Gio, Joep van Run van Ziggo Sport hier. U heeft natuurlijk jarenlang met Ruud van Nistelrooy in de kleedkamer gezeten bij het Nederlands elftal. Dacht u toen al dat wordt later een trainer?
Nee. Can I do it in Dutch?
We can do one question in Dutch, but the issue is that I will need to go back to English for the names.
Okay. Nou, ik had eigenlijk zelf voor mezelf nog ineens het gevoel dat ik trainer zou worden. Dus laat staan voor anderen. Ik heb natuurlijk veel wedstrijden met Ruud gespeeld in Oranje. En was gewoon een hele goede speler om mee te spelen. Als persoon ook heel toegankelijk. En ik denk ook zeg maar, het succes wat we hadden met Oranje in die tijd, dat we echt één team waren. En daar heb je ook iedereen voor nodig. En Ruud was natuurlijk voor ons als aanspeelpunt, als spits, natuurlijk een geweldige carrière ook gehad met geweldige clubs. En dat bracht hij natuurlijk ook terug bij Oranje. Net als alle andere spelers die op dat moment bij hele grote clubs speelden. En heeft eigenlijk daarna ook de stap gemaakt naar het trainerschap. En dat... natuurlijk eerst een aantal jaar in de jeugdopleiding bij PSV, dus veel ervaring opgedaan. En nu voor het eerst op eigen benen met, denk ik, ook heel veel steun met Fred Rutte. Dus het is voor mij wel natuurlijk apart en mooi om heel veel bekenden te zien als we dinsdag aan de aftrap staan. Any final questions on Zoom? Okay, no more hands up. Let's go to the main. Robert, go ahead. It's difficult, the Dutch names, Van Bronckhorst, Van Nistelrooy.
Was he someone you always thought would be a manager? And since it's always been in touch with each other?
No, I haven't been in touch with him lately. I think the last time because we both have foundations. So the last time I spoke with him in person was regarding our foundations. But yeah, well, I said before also the question from Holland, I never thought that he would be a coach. I never had the thought of being a coach as well when I was playing, just started after. And Ruud, of course, did his badges for a couple of years and made the decision to get the experience in the academy of PSV, and which he did well with under 19s. And last year, of course, the second team of PSV. And he's been given a chance to coach now the first team, and it's a place where he's very familiar, of course, PSV. So I think the backup and the support he gets from the club is, I think, similar I had with Feyenoord. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to meeting him again and to see a player I play with also making his steps in being a manager.
Went to coaching you with just talking about him as a person or as he using it, maybe even the way that you think he wouldn't be to make that step?
Well, because you have always, like, of course, when you play in a Dutch team and you play with Frank de Boer, Philip Cocu, those are players who are always talking about, the shape and like the focal points in the teams. Also, I think the extension of the coach. And so you had more feeling with them. I also play with Peter Bos, and he was also, when he was playing already, talking as a coach. And I didn't have that with Philip. I'm sure people didn't have it with me when I was playing. But I think in the end, I think the most important thing is once the job gets you and you're getting more experience, and once you give all the energy to develop yourself as a coach, I think those are the moments you could recognize when a player is becoming a manager after his career.
So what were your memories of playing alongside Holland, and also did you have any clashes against it maybe in Arsenal United?
Well, I played with, of course, the Man United game also when he was at Madrid. Made, of course, more games with him. So for me, playing with him brings back more memories than playing against him. Especially, of course, I played against Ruud when we played with Rangers against PSV in the 90s, where we were in the Champions League. So, and that, I think, it just made his move to Manchester, I think, a couple of months after or a year after that. So you could see the talent he brought and the talent he possesses at that time. And of course, it was special to play against the Dutch team for me, for myself, and my Dutch teammates, and of course, Dick Advocaat. But it's good to see him back again.
Your pressure every game to go into, but is the pressure somewhat different given the stakes are so high to get into the group stage?
No, for me, it's not more pressure. because in the end, we're preparing the game, and to win for my players is the same. Of course, the rewards you get after the ties are bigger, and that's the pressure. But you don't have to take it into the game. Just concentrate on your strength and your ability to play well and to overcome PSV in 2 games, and then that's all the job we have to do.
You've seen so many huge performances from Rangers, particularly in Europe, particularly at home. You talked about wanting a good result tomorrow. Do you know what that looks like? Does it have to be a win? Does it have to be an advantage?
A good result tomorrow. Well, no, I mean it's obviously we I think we after in the knockout stage we want to play first time home was against Red Star. The other ones the first leg was always away. Well, we won 3-0 at home. You want to still be in the tie or have an advantage, of course, when you play the second game away from home. That's normal. So we have to be, in very good condition, and we have to be on top of our game because the last tie against Union, we were under par when we were playing away, and we had to give everything to make sure we get through after we lost 2 goals in the away game. So again, against PSV, you have to be there for two games and 2 nights. Otherwise, you will struggle to go through because the differences now is there's so little. So I think that will be decided by detail in games.
You spoke about the games in '99 against PSV as special for you as a Rangers player. Is it the same now as a coach? Is this a special opportunity to show the level of Rangers to a Dutch audience?
Well, of course, you want to have a positive performances. Of course, going through to the group stage is our main objective. But you could see it's playing against Dutch team as a Dutchman is different because I see many familiar faces from journalists in Holland I haven't seen for months and years. So that makes it special for me. But in the end, I have to concentrate on the game plan and the games we play, and make sure that the game management is there because I think we have to be on top of our game for 2 nights.
We hear a lot about Ibrox, a special atmosphere. We know the Kuip has a special atmosphere too. To compare those with each other.
It's obviously that both clubs I played for and also coached. It's a big factor. I mean, it's at Feyenoord and also here you have the great support of the fans. But I think you make it extra special and even more hectic if the performance on the pitch is there, because then it will become stronger and stronger, and then that's what we have to do and try to achieve, and make sure we are on top of a game, as I said before, and the fans are a big influence. So if you play away from home and the support is like really there, it's a different environment. So we've seen all the teams who came here who felt that, and we have to make sure that our performance is there tomorrow. And I think combined with the atmosphere, Ibrox is always on European nights. We should have a good result, but we have to taking into account the quality of the opponent and prepare well also tactically what we want.
Just on the atmosphere there, are you confident that the atmosphere will be at the same level it has been for the game last week where you had to win second leg at home, and those games last season in the run when you had a second leg at home? Be confident that despite it being the first leg, you can still reach that same level, the fans will still be as noisy as ever? Yeah, well, because every game I played at home, because I came, of course, in November, but the first game I played was against Sparta Prague at home, Europa League, and the atmosphere was fantastic. Every game we played after that, I think the atmosphere is there, so I have no doubt in my mind that tomorrow will be the same.
Giovanni, a lot of people are calling this, describing this game as the last checkpoint Rangers need to achieve in the recovery of the club for the last 10 years. How big a discussion, part of this discussion with Ross Wilson and the board when he took over in November, the Champions League, is that seen as the new base for Rangers in Europe that you need to get to?
Well, I think that's my goal, and I think also our goal, as you said, we are playing European football every season. But last year was Europa League. Of course, the disappointment in not going through to the group stage and losing against Malmö. We could, change that in a very positive year in Europe. But no doubt in my mind that every year we are involved in European football, we want to be part of Champions League. That has to be our goal, and that's why we work hard. Doesn't mean we'll play every year Champions League, but I think the desire and we want to show everyone is to be in that tournament.
Giovanni, mag ik het Nederlands proberen met je?
Yes, stay in English, please.
Sorry?
Stay in English, please.
Oh.
He's the boss.
Yeah, I thought you were the boss.
No, not now. He's the boss.
What's the difference between PSV and Rangers? Or is it almost the same? It's like two fighting machines. They want to have Champions League. And what makes the difference?
Well, I think the difference will be very small and very tight. If I compare the two teams, of course, they had a great game against Monaco to reach this stage of the tournament. Of course, the disappointment last year as well, being knocked out of in the Champions League. So the desire they will have, I think they're quite similar. So it's going to be a big game for all of us, for both clubs, and because we all want to be in Champions League, and there's only one ticket in this tie left. So I'm sure you will see a PSV who's going to do everything to go through. You're going to see a Rangers team who's going to do everything that goes through. So I think there's all the ingredients of two great games, and then in the end, the winner will take it all.
Your last question here. Our PSV has even built in Ruud's image since he's scoring a lot of goals just now.
Well, of course, because you will see. I think that the players will execute the game plan the coach wants. I think that's obviously that you could see changes from the last coach to Ruud in this year. So that's a difference, and yeah, you of course they have many weapons in the team with a lot of height up front, a lot of good headers. With Luc de Jong and Till from the second line, a lot of threats on the sides with creativity and speed. So it's a well-balanced team, and that's why they are playing against us for the last ticket for both of us for the Champions League.